How did you get your visit visa? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. This is a question we've been hearing more and more of lately at USCIS. You know, they're doing everything they can to figure out ways to deny green card cases. And one of their new favorite tricks is to drill down and find out how you got permission to come to the United States. What are you talking about, Jim? What I'm talking about are situations where people get a visit visa under suspicious circumstances. I've seen this probably 6 times in the last 3 months, which is 6 more times than I've ever heard it really before, maybe once or twice before. But what I mean by that is that USCIS is requesting records from the State Department on how somebody entered the United States and how they got their visit visa. Turns out that some people might have fibbed a little or not told the truth a little, or they hired an agency who said, we can get you a visit visa, no problem. And what happens is these agencies put down all kinds of things in the application, the DS-160, that simply aren't true. Or at least it appears that way to USCIS. And so if you have a green card interview coming up, and if they send you the interview notice and then they deschedule it, that might be a sign, because one of the reasons they're descheduling it is so that they have the time to go get the records from the State Department. So what am I talking about? Well, in order to get a visit visa, usually people are married, have a job, and they have every reason to come back to the home country. The fact is that the State Department usually doesn't give visit visas to people who are of a marrying age, who are single, who don't have a lot of ties to the home country, or are living in a third country. Fact is, most visit visas are denied. And so some unscrupulous characters that hang out around the embassies and the consulates have figured out that if you lie and say that you're married and say that you have all these reasons, children, job, money, property, whatever, to come back, then you're not going to be denied a visa. They think their chances are better for married people, which is technically true as long as the application is valid. And so we're seeing situations where people entered long ago on a visit visa, and it turns out that they are accused, at least, of having gotten that visit visa under false pretenses. And now the chicken's coming home to roost. USCIS is requesting those records from the State Department, and then they are inquiring at the interview as to whether or not the person who's seeking a green card, the spouse of the U.S. citizen or the lawful permanent resident, has made some kind of material misrepresentation to the State Department, so that they are therefore perhaps inadmissible to the United States. So you need to really spend some time reflecting on how you entered the United States, how you were able to come to the United States. And if you came on a visit visa, then you need to reflect and try to even get records perhaps of what you told the officer. You might look through old emails, see if you saved a copy of your DS-160. You're going to want to be ready for it, because if you lied, you're going to be in big trouble. You might be deportable, you might need a waiver, and you might just find yourself in a whole lot of trouble. So if you find yourself in that situation, or if you have questions about that, you should give us a call at 314-961-8200, or you can email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. This is not something to fool around with. If you like this video, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get updated when we publish new episodes, and be sure to join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you later.